What's going on, YouTube? This is wwjoshdew. This is a direct upload. Waiting on a package to come. It should come any minute now. And I have a dentist appointment in about 2 hours. So I want to go ahead and get this up. I'm using my good old Transformer TF701T. And I do want to give a quick little shout out to, can you see it? Can you see it? Right there. I was going to the Royals game, and I'm sitting there playing tic-tac-toe on my LG G Watch, and he's like, "You don't know me, but I know you. I like your videos." He shook my hand, and then he left to go see the game. So I want to give a quick little shout out to Jason, Drum for Life. But let's get into this. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Everything you need to know. Of course, I warned everybody on Google+, Twitter, and my Facebook page yesterday that today was going to be crazy. Crazy. And I was right. I was right. So, let's go through my Twitter. Oh man, my crazy Twitter post today. And there is a lot here. 17. Oh, going too far. Going too far. Go to this morning. Okay, here we go. I said, I'm so excited. And oh man, this is not working the way I wanted it to. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Galaxy Note 4. The edge looks pretty freaking nice. It's got the little curved display on the side, and it's completely independent from the actual screen. So whatever you're doing on that has nothing to do with the other screen. That's terrible. I'm not gonna keep doing that because it's so bright and it's not working very well. But super excited. They showed the Galaxy VR. They put the Note 4 inside it, and it was like a virtual reality, and they showed a brief little clip of it. It was pretty cool, but whatever. It has a metal frame, which is going to be a big deal to a lot of people that don't like plastic phones. I don't mind plastic phones because of, for instance, my HTC One M8. If you stick that sucker up in the windshield in your car for GPS navigation, that sucker gets hot. Like when the sun's beaming down on it, that metal gets super freaking hot. And you about burn your freaking hands touching your phone. I got an OtterBox case of mine at the moment. In fact, ever since I did the video, I'm still rocking the green. I really like the green. It's awesome. They also announced the Gear S, which was that was a device on its own. I'm feeling the idea of it having its own little SIM card and being completely independent from the phone, because a lot of times I'll have my phone on my computer and I'll walk outside to take the dog out or something, and the app on I use Aware or something. It's an app that lets you know if you are too far away from your phone, or it lets you find your phone if you lost it. But a lot of times they'll start vibrating and I'm like, oh, I walked far away from my phone. Well, the Gear S is its own independent thing. You actually put a SIM card in it, which brings me to a question of, how would you work that? Like, obviously it's not a tablet, it's not a phone. You can make phone calls, you can receive text messages, you can send text messages with the built-in keyboard on it. It does a lot of things that a phone does, but like, hopefully they have some kind of like a plan that's like, okay, for 20 bucks extra a month, you can have its own SIM card in your phone, in your Gear S. It's not fair to charge you like a full plan, because it's 3G and Wi-Fi, but it's not like you're going to be downloading a bunch of stuff or doing crazy stuff, so hopefully they don't charge too much. The phone itself weighs 176 grams, and it's going to come in 4 colors of gold, black, pink, and some other color. My Wi-Fi's not cooperating. I'm kind of far away from my router. It's going to have a 5.7-inch screen just like the Note 3. It's going to be Quad HD, which is a big freaking deal. It's going to have a very, very nice screen, like 2560 by 1440p or something along those. No, 2560 by 1440. So it's going to be Super AMOLED. I also tweeted that I'm getting the pink one. I'm not getting the pink one. I'm definitely toying around with the idea of getting the gold one, which also brings me to another point. They said that the Note 4 is going to be available in October. So October is my birthday. So I don't know, like, my birthday's near the end of October, by the way. I don't know if it's going to be at the very beginning of October, around the end of October. I'm assuming for the month of September, we're going to see a lot of commercials, a lot of ads promoting the the Note 4, and then they're going to give us a release date later on. But hopefully it's near the beginning of October, because I was really looking forward to buying it today. I had the money, I was going to go buy it today, but it's not available today. They said they also doubled the sensitivity of the phone, and also they added calligraphy and something else, so you can write in calligraphy, which is pretty cool because I got interested in calligraphy a long time ago, and I really loved calligraphy. I haven't done it in a long time, but yeah. So I was wanting the phone to have 4 gigs of RAM. I was super like, I wanted 4 gigs of RAM so bad, because if you look at the Note 3 and you look at your system, your task manager, it says like 2.7 or something, and it'll say like 1.8 or 2.1 is being used. And you go to clear your apps and you're like, oh, I didn't have anything running. So Samsung itself takes up almost 2 gigs of RAM. So I don't, sometimes more than 2 gigs. So I was really hoping they would put 4 in there to combat their heavily, like, tons of RAM being used by TouchWiz itself. But they're only giving you 3 gigs of RAM, so whenever you flash AOSP, like right now my Note's charging, I have CyanogenMod 11 on it. So I have all like 2.8 gigs of RAM available to me to use myself. And it doesn't have TouchWiz on it anymore. So you know, a lot of people talk about, hey, you lose a lot of the features of having a Note phone when you put CyanogenMod on there, but there's actually a couple apps, and if you ask about it, I'll reply to your comment with a link. There's two apps, or two links I can give you if you want TouchWiz-like features on CyanogenMod 11 ROM. The camera is 16 megapixels. It's going to have smart OIS, which is very nice. My Nexus 5 has OIS, but I believe it's going to be better than the Nexus 5's OIS. It's going to have 16 megapixels is awesome. So it's also going to record in 4K. It's going to be standard like the Note 3 and the S5. It's going to have a 3.7 megapixel front-facing camera, and it's going to be wider. I can't remember the exact thing, but it's like 170 degrees or something. It's going to be wider, so you're going to be able to take. They had a little presentation where they took a selfie of the audience. You're able to like take the phone, press the button, and do. It's kind of like a panorama, kind of sort of, the way they did it. But it's a 3.7, which is pretty nice. I believe the Note 2 has a 2.1 right now, or the Note 3 does, and it shoots 1080p, which is what I want out of a front-facing camera. The HTC One M8 is a 4.9 megapixel front, but only a 4.0 in the back. So I'm definitely excited about having a very high quality 16 megapixel camera with OIS. I'm very excited about OIS, optic image stabilization, for those of you that don't know. Totally freaking out about the phone. The Note 4 has fast charging, and I want to give a quick shout out to I believe Jason on Twitter. His Twitter's private. You have to be following him to see his tweets. But this isn't the Jason that met me at the Royals game. But he pointed out the fact that they got rid of the USB 3.0 charging thing, which is on the S5 and the Note 3. And I didn't even notice that, but they did. They got rid of the USB 3.0 connector. Now it's just a standard connection that you'd find on the S4, S3, HTC One M8, which is covered up with a thing. But it's the standard micro USB charging cable, which the Note 3, you were able to use the standard charging cables, and you're able to use USB 3.0. So I'm not sure why they got rid of that. But it has fast charging. I'm going to see if I can get some Wi-Fi here. About 30 minutes until the battery's half charged. When standard, it took about 55 minutes. So it's going to have faster charging than the Note 3 does. The battery is also going to be 3220 milliamp hours. I was really looking forward to like maybe 3300, 3400, maybe even 3500, as I like having big batteries. The nice thing is you can guarantee that Anker and Zero Lemon will both be right around the corner with extended batteries for the Note 4. They've done it for every other Galaxy phone and phone that, even LG G3 and stuff. So I see no reason why they won't do it with the Note 4. And I gotta take a quick drink of water. So 3220 is a little bit better than the Note 3, But one of the benefit of it is it's removable. I have like 7 batteries for my Note 3, and so I always just swap the batteries out in a little charger from I don't know if it's Anchor or Zero Limit, but I think it's Anchor. But you have 2 batteries in a charger, and then you can charge the stock battery also. So you have 3 batteries for your phone, and that's the thing I love about my Note. I've tweeted and Instagrammed a while back. I said this is why I like having removable batteries. I went from zero, like 1%, completely dead, to 100% in just about 5 seconds that it takes to pop the back off the phone, put the new charged battery in, take the dead battery, put it on the little Anchor or Zero Limit charger, and bam, that battery's being charged up while you're using the replacement battery. So having removable batteries is a very, very big plus. I really love HTC's build quality. This is my favorite phone right now, and it has been for a while. But I'm also a Note guy. I really like the Note phones. I had the Note 2 and the Note 3 the day they came out. So I like big phones, and I like phones that impress me. The little voice recorder was cool. The Note has multiple microphones, and while in the presentation when one person was talking, it was picking, the phone was on the table laying still, and they had, every time someone talked, it knew where they were talking from. It was really, really cool. I liked it. So it's going to have an advanced voice recorder. Also, they're going to have a bunch of different flip books, like 4 or 5 different ones. And one of them that caught my eye was the LED cover. Yeah, you can talk about HTC doing it first, whatever, but they're doing it too. Samsung's going to have the little LED covers, all kinds of different covers for the thing. This picture was pretty cool. They showed I can't remember the name of it. It was Swarovski. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm very sorry, but it looked really, really cool. My Wi-Fi's being crappy. I should just use my phone. The phone does come out in October, like I said. I tweeted that earlier. The earphones that it comes with are pretty cool. I wish you could have seen it. They just look really, they look different than any other earphones I've ever seen packaged with the phone. The Note Edge was definitely really cool. I like the idea of the outside screen. I actually have an upgrade with Sprint. As much as I hate Sprint, I have an upgrade, and that's the cheapest way to get a phone. So I'm going to get the Note 4 on Sprint, more than likely. That could change. I could go get it on T-Mobile or AT&T, or hell, I could open a line with Verizon and go to Verizon. But I don't want a locked bootloader. So I will not be going with Verizon, or I will not be going with AT&T. I will either get it on Sprint or T-Mobile, but the cheapest way for me to get it is to go ahead and use my upgrade that I have right now. I got the S3 2 years ago, and now I have an upgrade, so I'll probably get the Note 4 on Sprint, as much as I hate them. In fact, I have my Nexus 5 on Sprint right now, and I'm picking up bands 25, 26, and 41, and I was on band 41 just the other day, and I'm usually on band 26. So having a tri-band phone, or having a phone that picks up Spark, has been really awesome here in Kansas City. I'm repping the Missouri shirt. That's another thing. My freaking dad just moved. I'm so mad. He just moved to California. He left last night, and I'm going to be going to California myself in November. So it's going to be a change in my life, living in California. It's probably going to be around the Sacramento area, but that's not written in stone. My dad, once he gets settled in a house, wherever it be in California, he's a nurse. So he's going to be a nurse wherever they need him to be a nurse at. And then we're going to try to find an apartment close to wherever he gets a house. So it could be Sacramento, it could be San Bernardino, it could be anywhere, but it's going to be somewhere in California. So it's going to be a big change for me. The Gear S is looking awesome. I said that. It's on a little SIM card. Bold keyboard on the Gear S watch. It was really, really big. The poor lady, man, it was taking up her entire wrist. There's a lot of that about the Gear S. And then the VR, and then it got boring, and then it ended. I was kind of bored of the VR. But at the very end, they talked about when they had the little after show with the lady and the older guy. He was talking about the battery being 3220, the 2.7 gigahertz quad core, and being available in October. So that about wraps it up. The Note 4 is like every other Samsung phone, the S5 being slightly better than the S4, the S4 being... Well, I wouldn't say the S4 is slightly better than the S3 because the S3 had the dual-core processor, but I'm definitely excited. Definitely going to get the Note 4. I remember when the Note 1 came out and I played with it at Best Buy, and I was like, there's no way. I had my Samsung moment. I had the Samsung moment at that time, and I was like, no freaking way. This thing is just way too big. No way. And then the Note 2 came out, and I got that, and I fell in love with the Note series. Got the Note 3, fell in love with the Note 3. So I'm getting the Note 4, and as an upgrade, I might get the Note Edge on T-Mobile and do the monthly installment, or I might just pay it outright with T-Mobile. I bought the Note, in my Note 2 and my Note 3 videos, I opened it up showing the receipt. I paid over $700 for the Note 2, and on my Note 3 unboxing, I opened it up showing the receipt at the very beginning. I paid $760. The Note 4 is supposed to be $799. That's not written in stone. They're gonna announce it at a later date, but every single site out there is reporting $799. So that's like $870 after taxes. That's insane. That's way more than I'd ever want to pay for a phone. So I'm using my upgrade on the Note 4, and I'll probably add a line with T-Mobile and get the Edge. I really want to get the Edge and play with it and provide videos on both the Edge and the Note 4. All my phones are bought for me. I have not received a phone to review. I paid $776 for this phone. If you look at my old Instagram pictures, one of them was stuff's about to get real, and I ordered this phone, the Google Play Edition HTC One M8. So phones are expensive, but I'm gonna use my Note. As much as I hate Sprint, you've seen me talk about it. Their Spark network's way better than their freaking older stuff. That's why I don't use the Note 3 anymore, because it doesn't pick up the 800. It doesn't pick up the new. They tore down the old ID network, and they're converting all those to LTE towers. But you need a phone that picks it up, and the Note 3 does not pick up that network. The S5, the Sprint S5, and the Sprint HTC One M8 pick up that network, and the Nexus 5 does also. The Nexus 5 is like 21 different LTE bands, and I'm telling you, I get bands 25, 26, and 41 on my Nexus 5. And so the Note 4, if it picks up those bands also, I'm sold. Sprints, those bands are working great for me in Kansas City, so my Sprint service isn't as bad as it used to be when I was using it on my Note 3. So that about wraps it up for this long video. Just covering all the things that I found very interesting. You can go through my Twitter. If any of these pictures you want to see them, you can go through my Twitter, twitter.com/wwjoshdew, just like my YouTube channel. And you can look through my Twitter pictures. Every one of them was a picture attached to a tweet. Only a couple times there wasn't a picture attached because it wasn't relevant. So, like one of them, for example, he took an app, he opened Facebook, used the entire screen, and then he took the S Pen and he dragged it down and resized it to a little bitty thing right here, and then he opened up another app that went out on the outside. So they're taking the multi-window feature and they're totally revamping it and making it even better. It's, not something I use, but if you did, you're gonna really enjoy it. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Again, all links will be in the description. I linked to my Twitter, where a lot of the pictures I was trying to show you at first that weren't pulling up very well, you can see all those for yourself. Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy year. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.